to men's and fathers' rights in divorce, custody, and family law matters, with offices in Nutley, Montclair, New Jersey. Today is January 30th, 2020. And it's not that I didn't know that, but I thought I hit the button and shut off my recording, so hopefully I didn't. Today's my daily tip. Real quick, to those that are trying to tune in on my Facebook, I apologize. I changed the format once again because my iPad isn't available, so I had to go back to this. But I will be switching back as soon as my staff is done with that. So back to the topic today of my daily tip, which is what to expect at your final divorce hearing. Final divorce hearing is obviously the hearing that comes at the end of your divorce case. Usually results from one of two things. Either the two of you have settled your issues and three things. Went to trial, got a decision. I'm not going to really be talking about that. That's a rarity. The second is you reached an agreement and signed a settlement offer or settlement agreement. And lastly, the other side didn't respond and you have a default and all the papers were filed and you're going in to get your divorce put through, finalized. Either way, whether it's through an agreement or a default, the process for you will largely be the same. You're going to go in, you're going to sit at the counsel table with or without your attorney. The judge will be where he or she normally sits. You'll be asked a set of questions about your divorce complaint, which are almost always yes or no questions, the factual basis of the complaint, how many children you had, where you lived, how long you've been in New Jersey, issues about the cause of action, largely yes or no questions. If you have an attorney, the attorney will ask the questions. If you don't, the judge will ask you the questions. You don't need to worry about knowing them. If you have a settlement agreement, you'll be asked a series of questions about that also. Not about the terms. The court's not going to take any testimony about the terms. They don't even care whether or not it is fair in their opinion. They just want to make sure that you know it, you read it, you participated in it, you think it's fair, you can lead a comparable lifestyle, or if you can't lead a comparable lifestyle after your divorce, that you still think the agreement's fair and you want it entered. That you're not on any drugs or alcohol affect your ability to understand the agreement or the questions, and that you want the court to enter it. And also smaller things, not smaller things, but fewer questions about if you had the right to give up or go to a tax attorney, if you're giving up alimony, how much child support and how much is it being paid. You're giving up your rights to go to trial and you weren't promised, threatened, or coerced to give up those rights. That's only when you have a settlement. Now, if it's by a default, it's just going to be the first part. Just a set of questions about the complaint. I had one case today, which was, I guess, a blend of both. Sometimes you'll have a settlement agreement, but the other party, usually the defendant, decides not to come to the hearing. Either they didn't want to, they wanted to save the money, they wanted to avoid it, whatever it may be. In that case, even though it's a default technically, you're still going to be asked both sets of questions about the cause of action or your divorce complaint and about the settlement agreement. Now, the hearing itself is usually very short, very simple. The court will walk you through whatever you need to. Even if you have an attorney, if your attorney misses some things, the courts will walk them through it. It's very simple. It's the easiest part of a divorce, and it's usually the fastest part. So hopefully you get yourself to that soon if you're in a divorce or about to begin a divorce, because it is a nice point after what's usually difficult litigation and usually a struggle to get into a divorce case in the first place. So I hope this information helps you. If it does, please give a like and share the video so others get to see it. You can subscribe so that you get notices when I go online, as well as the posts about them. You can also feel free to message me on any of the platforms that you're watching from if there's any questions you have about any of my material, or if there's anything that you'd like me to cover. So with that, I'm going to thank you for tuning in and sign off. Probably won't be on tomorrow, which will be the 31st of January. I will be on Newsmax TV at 10 a.m. if you want to tune in there. newsmaxtv.com, or if your cable channel has it, 10 o'clock to discuss the impeachment hearings. Otherwise, I'll be back on Monday, and I'm not sure the time, probably 4, like I try to do often, but I will post Monday morning what that time's going to be. So have a great week.